We'll call the meeting of the Estacada Rural Fire District Board of Directors. And we're called to order per ORS 192-610 to 192-690. And per ORS 192-650, this meeting is being recorded. Let's start with the invocation. Chaplain Gabriel, you listen.
Our Father, we again want to thank you for Estacada Fire, for the good agency that it is, all the work that it's able to do for the community. Thank you for your protection, for your provision, and for the vision that you gave these people. We want to ask that you be right now with some of we heard in the news about some firefighters, California. We pray for their family, pray for their friends, that you hold them. We want to ask that you be with us all tonight with this meeting, that you help us to talk about the things that we need to talk about, find the solutions that we need to find, work together, census and unity, all for the best of the city we are to protect. Thank you for this privilege of serving city of Estacada. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Thank you, Patrick. Let's do the flag salute.
To the flag of the United States, just hands of the nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Paul Miller. Here. Matt Day. Here. Ken Oliver.
Here.
John McAfee is present. Matthew Silver.
Present.
Changes, is there any changes to the agenda?
None for me.
Okay. Let's move on to business items and B1 consent agenda. Can we have a motion to accept and approve the September 17th, 24 meeting minutes and approve the bills to be paid as presented? Everybody.
I make a motion to.
Ken made a motion. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Matthew seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay.
Where you go, you have to go around and know your friend.
No.
We have to go around and ask everybody. Good.
You can, but if you just,
I'm good.
if everybody, all right. Okay. B2, House, HB 2805, public meeting.
So the Council 2805 public meetings is the bill that was passed a year ago, whatever it was, about ethics complaints, things of that nature. It sounds like they finally have some training out that will be accepted, but everybody here has to take it. And so they've offered it, or they're offering it in an online format through SDAO. And they think that one's gonna be accepted, but they haven't given us a final okay. But what we're looking at is bringing a trainer in here from SDAO to complete the class.
Yeah.
Angel's trying to coordinate that, but she needs some dates from you guys that you think will work for you. We can offer it a few times here. It doesn't have to be on just one date. But if you guys have some dates that will work where you can be here, I think it would be better to do the in-person because you have the ability to ask the questions. Versus if you're online, I mean, there's what you get, so.
I didn't see it on the OFDDA conference list.
No, I didn't either. I was kind of hoping they'd do a late edition or something for that, but so far nothing. But like I said, we have a line on somebody that can come in and do it. But Angel needs some dates from you guys that'll work, weekdays, weekends, whatever that is. If for some reason there are 3 or more of you, we'll just call it a public meeting and not a big deal, but just rather than picking dates and throwing it out there, we need to get your guys' input so we can make it happen.
Could we wait till they finalize it and let us know when the program's available?
Well, the in-person is acceptable to the
Oh,
training.
it is
Yeah,
now.
that one is.
Oh, okay. How long of a training is it?
3 hours? We'll do the math.
October's completely booked too, so.
Does it have to be open to the public, the
It
meeting?
would only need to be open if 3 or more of you wanted to attend the same session.
Well, what if we're at SDAO with the three, there's more than three of us there? Or not SDAO, OFDDA or something, I mean,
I don't know how that works when it goes to that.
that seems kind of odd. If we're in training that,
I don't think, I just reviewed this too, if it's a training session, you're not doing public business. I think it's okay, I don't think you have, let me double check it, but I was
Yeah,
just
look at
going
that.
over
Double
that
check
stuff
on that, but
a week ago.
that seems odd to me that.
Yeah.
it would be.
if we, I mean, like I said, not a big deal if we need to make it a meeting, but or a special session or whatever you wanna call it, but just something to keep in mind if we have 3 people who wanna do the same day.
Do you have dates in November yet?
No, she just said to send her a 3 to 4 dates that would work for you guys, so I can send out a reminder email, tomorrow.
What are our thoughts about an evening or a Saturday, or what do you guys think?
I'm completely open, just whenever, so let's get it.
I
done.
got, Monday the 28th, that's too soon.
October is completely full,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
we're pushing into November.
Do the 28th of November.
I could do the 18th or 25th myself,
November?
yes. So Monday. Is anybody else up to that?
I can do it, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, you have a lot of appointments, so I'm pretty free in the evenings.
I think I'm pretty good then.
So why don't we'll propose, a few dates the week of the 18th and we'll see what we land on, you know, we'll go from there, far enough out that that might be enough.
Yeah, we could ask the 18th or the 25th.
And you want evening or during the day or,
I'd
Yeah.
rather do.
I
it
can do either one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Evening?
I think might be gone that week of the 18th.
Oh, okay.
Is there an option if we are to do the online?
Yeah, you can do the online and then, like I said, we're gonna offer it, we're gonna try to offer it here more than just once, but right now the priority is obviously to get this group what they need.
Yeah.
But I think there's gonna be enough demand for it out there that we could offer it a few times here and, put the invite out and be fine.
Is this specific to just us or we
Yes.
have like the city come or?
Board members, city councilors, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like myself, I have to take it because I'm on the C800 board, for example. I want the admin staff here to take it just so they're aware and know what's going on with that. But, outside of that, that's where it's at.
So the 25th or December 3rd?
Well, if you're still back on the week of the 18th, John, and
He can just do it
you
Zoom.
can do a Zoom, or you
Yeah.
could offer
Oh,
the
okay.
25th, see if the 25th is available, and we do it. If you're gonna do one or
Yeah,
two.
it doesn't have to be all at once.
Yeah.
It's one of those type of things.
The week of the 18th or the 25th, 26th, something like that.
Yeah, I might be out of town,
Oh, that week too? Okay. All right.
but on a business trip, but it's not 100% finalized yet.
Okay.
And you said you were available during the day?
Whenever for me.
We'll see what they have available for
Yeah.
times in there.
Okay.
We'll see what they come back with and then we'll send it out to the group and we can go from there.
We get 2 or 3 dates, all of us should be able to make
Right.
that, if not, do the Zoom.
Yeah, and maybe they'll operate at OFDDA coming up.
Yeah.
Any more questions on this House Bill 2805? Looks like we're gonna wait for dates and go from there.
Yeah.
Let's move down to, item B3, board policy, paid time off buyback. Chief?
I sent this out to you guys by email.
Yes,
You guys get it?
yes.
Okay.
I read.
So, this is one of those things where when we were doing contract negotiations, it was something they were asking for. I preferred that be something that we have in board policy as opposed to in contract. And so that's kind of one of those final items I'm trying to clean up. And this is my first stab at putting this together, so I need to get your thoughts, if that's something that looks, reasonable, changes we maybe proposed, what you guys are thinking.
Like it.
Based mostly off of, previous employer of mine that did it. Tried to clean up the language and make sure it included just PTO and not sick leave, but that stuff already is there. And some parameters around it.
What's the benefit of the district to do this?
The benefit ends up being that if an employee is maxed out on time, then they have to either lose getting more time, or they take it and then we have to hire overtime to cover the vacancy. And so we're saving overtime costs is what it comes down to. And as we go and we start getting longevity in our employees, they're gonna start bumping up against that line if they're not taking a lot of time off. And we have a few employees that don't take a lot of time off, so, which is good in a lot of ways, but at the same time, right. They're encouraged to take their time, and that's why there's also, you have to, even after the buyback, you still have to have a minimum number of hours available to you. So it's trying to balance it out.
Yeah, several years into my company, I told my employees we're not rolling over vacation time for the next year. You take it.
Take it, right.
Take it.
Personally, I'd rather take it, but.
I discussed that with the chief. I think it's very important that the employees, no matter fire service or whatever, they take some time off, get away, recoup, spend some time with their families, if they're a family, so. And he assured me that there is time in there to make sure they do that.
Yeah, nobody's running up against that wall yet, but it's inevitable. So it's a little bit of an incentive. And then, like I said, trying to keep us out of the overtime bracket. So you guys don't have to take action on it tonight if you want to take it to the next meeting, or you're good with it. It's up to you guys.
So it's a consensus.
You got this, something like this in Portland? Something like this? No, I don't know.
100 years of tradition unimpeded by progress.
That's right. Oh, I don't.
I'd like to read it through.
Yeah,
sure. Bring it back to that one.
Next one, yeah.
I had a little mixed feelings about it too, but all the departments I worked with in the past, they insisted you take your vacation. They wanted you out, recoup, get some time away. But whatever the majority wants to do, so it's something new for me.
You allow for rollover now?
They roll over, but they max out. There's double their annual accrual is the most they can get. So once they hit that, then they just don't accrue anymore.
I'm a big proponent of using it.
Oh, yeah.
As am I.
Yeah.
So,
And set something like this up.
so you're thinking that a minimum that they have to carry over for usage?
Well, that's already there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know in our work, like any carryover has to be, approved. So we don't want to accrue,
1,000 hours.
400 hours of vacation time, and that's saying I'm gonna take too much
Yeah,
off.
exactly. It's got a cap, for a reason.
Yeah, but we also want to use it, I agree with John. It's important for them to have time away, refresh.
Right, but I think if you have an employee who doesn't take that much time, maybe they're single, maybe they've got other stuff going on, and them not accruing the vacation they're entitled to because it maxed it out, I think giving an opportunity to sell some of it back at straight time and not overtime with the replacement seems to be fair to me.
Mhm.
And I don't know how many people will take advantage of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure some will, but it's an option. Prefer it being board policy as opposed to contract language.
Makes sense.
So what do you think? Should we carry it over one more
We
meeting?
carry it over one more.
Yeah, one more.
I'd like to read it through really, really in depth.
That's a consensus, then we'll go one more.
Sure.
Meeting. Okay, we'll move down to item 7, staff committee reports. Chief's report?
I got my report in the packet, at 113 calls in September, the 1,237 for the year so far. It's about a 14% increase over a year prior, which seems to be the rate where our call volume is growing at. That is significant. 74% of that is EMS, per usual. Also noticed use the same format for the board goals, fire chief goals, and then each division goals throughout. Any progress listed there is progress towards that goal. If it skips a number, it just basically means that there was no progress or nothing was done for that particular item that month. We had another technical rescue call on September 11th for a man down the embankment up here on Highway 224 near Faraday in about 4 a.m. Where our guys deployed a high angle rescue rope system to access him and get him back to the top. We had a significant incident at Faraday again, where a tree fell on a logger. It broke his femur. We were assisted by PGE with their boat on Faraday, and we actually used the boat to shuttle him over to a waiting helicopter where he was taken by life flight to Portland. And on September 18th, I think we had our last conflagration for the year, where we sent a brush engine to the Bowman Well fire near Christmas Valley. I was part of the Clackamas County Task Force. I think we participated in 11 conflags this summer, which would have been a new record all the way around. Jumping ahead into my goals, on the EMS transport side, we're still working through obtaining a Medicare number. We know that's just going to be a long process, and we're probably halfway there. It's always something. It's the bureaucracy we have to move through. Assistance to firefighters grant funding this year, we were not successful with that grant. We're looking to replace all our hose nozzles and appliances. We'll retune it and we'll resubmit it on the next round and we'll see what happens. Well, the audit was completed this last month, and with that, we had our capital item additions. We're all certified by the audit. That's a step to help us create that capital replacement savings plan that I really want to see us have. How much we're supposed to be saving just to meet that. We did elderly safety class at Whispering Pine Senior Village for 13 seniors. We had a fire safety public education course for 40 kids at the Escapade Timber School. ODOT was here and did a traffic incident management class for all our firefighters. I'm still working on the Olschlager PERS issue. He was here 2 months ago, I believe. I sent that off to the attorney, and he happened to be on his long vacation for the summer when he got it, and he came back and assured me to get to it, but he's got to get caught up. Been in communication with Mark as well, and he's good with it. I just keep him moving. So
Thank you.
Met with the Metro Regional Solutions Group from the Office of the Governor here. Gave us facilities tour, showed them the equipment, discussed capital needs for the district, specifically fire station funding and EMS transport funding.
What organization was that?
It's called the Metro Regional Solutions Group.
Oh, okay.
They came and they were actually doing a tour of the city and their facilities and everything else, and we were asked if we wanted to participate, so of course we took them up on it. We got estimates to repaint the station kitchen and day room, which is happening now, and that is First City Painting that is doing it. They're probably halfway done, and sounds like they underbid by about $7,000, so I think we're doing all right.
Change of color?
Same color.
Oh, same color.
Well, slightly different.
All right.
Working on request for proposals for a new copier contract. Believe it or not, this copier contract is already up. Angel's working on that. I met with Dave Espinoza, a good long conversation about the CERT program. Public Works paved in front of the station last week, so it's looking good out there. And we did an amendment for the final remaining grant funds from our AFG grant that we got, I think, in the first year for all our exercise equipment. There was still about $5,000 left. So I just had to do an amendment to get it reallocated so we can spend. Anyway.
I have submitted 4 of the conflagration reimbursement requests, so I have 7 more to go.
I submitted the SAFER grant reimbursement for the full year of 23-24, and we received that. They actually paid us like within 24 hours, so go FEMA. And that is what's been keeping me busy other than the audit, which is finished now. I just spoke to Peter, gave him the final information that he needed, so he's compiling his reports and they will be out to you guys. He didn't answer any questions at all.
Does that report typically come in November?
Yeah.
Is there any word on how long we're gonna be out there for getting reimbursement configurations?
We've received 2
Wow.
of the 4 that I submitted, so
Great. Okay.
the turnaround is not long,
Good.
like 30 days.
That's great. It used to be somewhere like 90 days, 4 months, something like that.
It's been 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Any, other committee report? You also, you have anything?
We have a recruit academy that'll be coming up in January. We have a pump academy that's gonna be this month. We were able to get an acquired structure. And, we're just finishing on one more piece of paperwork, so we'll be doing, a lot of, training there, live fire training and, teaching others how to do, burn alarms, and so Chief, O'Connor will be helping me with that. We are going through our list of folks that are interested in FDIC in April, and so that's gonna be happening. We've, priced that out. Angel's helped us with rooms, and Nikki's helped us with rooms and, booking the conference. And then significant events, we had, an RV fire, a 3-acre fire. And then personal thing, I've got, the next round of National Fire Academy coming up at the end of November through the first week of December.
Any questions? How about our fire marshal? You got anything to report?
I worked with Elena Turpin, with the city over there, and the city, picked up my grant that had gotten rejected from the state fire marshal's office for $500,000. And resubmitted it through the Oregon Emergency Management for FEMA, fund for, defensible space hazard mitigation work through the George, Viola, Dodge, Frog Pond, Tumala, Springwater North and Springwater South and Tracy areas to do wildfire mitigation work. So we'll hear back probably in a year, maybe.
So we got notice. Well, came via Atlanta, but we got notice that it moved on.
Oh.
So, yeah, the odds are looking really good.
Well, so, word on that.
So how does that work, that mitigation? Do you come up to different people's houses,
Yeah,
forestry land, or how's that work?
so I kind of brainstormed that one, and thought outside of the box. And that project is $75,000 worth of equipment, and that is chainsaws, PPE, pole saws, a dump trailer, chippers, and the, like maintenance equipment, like spare parts for that stuff. And price that out. It would be contract with All American Rentals because they already have the, legalese to rent that stuff out and maintain that. And so it'd be a partnership with them. We'd also partner with the Ant Farm, Timberlake Job Corps, and those kinds of, entities for services. And there'd be a grant coordinator. So the districts, the sub-districts within our district, including the city, would have prevention cleanup days. So the coordinator would coordinate basically one weekend a month, maybe more, within those specific areas and help those landowners target a cleanup day. The rest of the time that those weekends or days are not utilizing that equipment would be available for free rentals or checkout from All American Rentals to do defensible space at their house. And the elderly or the, sick or people that can't do the work themselves, could I guess, funds would be available to hire the Ant Farm or Timberlake Job Corps to do the work for them. So, ODF could do assessments, State Fire Marshal's Office could do assessments, or if we have in-house resources available, like our seasonal or something, we could do assessments and help facilitate some of that. And that would all come through the coordinator. It would be a contracted position paid for out of that grant funds. And so the total cost package would be $500,000 to do that, and it would be a 3 to 5 year grant project.
So do you, I got a question, do you contact individual homeowners in these areas? Or do they contact you?
It could be vice versa. It would be, definitely publicized and broadcast the program all within the district. And that again would fall back on the coordinator to make that happen. So.
Thank you. Any more questions on that? Any other, committee reports? I think we've covered everybody. Okay, let's move down to public comment. Is there any public comments from the audience or from the, website? Anybody? Doesn't appear to be any comments, so we'll move down to board member comments. Any of our members have any comments?
Other than the wife beat you in the eye?
Oh, that's.
Apparently no means no.
Oh.
And you listened the first time, good job.
We had correspondence in the board packet. Is there any other correspondence besides that?
As part of that, you have the letter from Team 12, who was here managing the sandstone fire. There were several incident management teams that rotated through that. They were the only one to send something. So again, I thought that was, very cordial of them.
Others?
One quick question. Burning season.
Yeah, is it on?
Have you opened that yet?
We opened it today.
Did you get
Okay, so fire season is technically still on. I talked to ODF today, and it's gonna end here in a couple days officially, but right now they're not enforcing, so it's open.
It's open.
So if you get a smoke complaint, are you guys responding to it?
And we've already been there. Yeah, it'll increase.
Oh, yeah. For a few weeks.
Yep,
Neighbors are calling on neighbors.
yep.
Well, but it's open, so.
It's open.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda, is there any community items we need to know about?
The Halloween creepy crawl downtown 4 to 6 on Halloween day. And the Chamber of Commerce is doing their fundraiser on Saturday the 19th. That's this Saturday. The fireside room from 6 to 8. And I believe Director McAdoo is going to give a little talk about fire department history.
History of the fire department.
You might know a little, Joe.
They call them now. It started in 1936.
I think they want to know about our fire department.
Okay.
We're not a founding member, but they're close.
Couple things, the free community breakfast will be at, Blackman Valley Baptist Church, and that looks like that'll be the 19th. Runs from 8 till 11. And then the first Saturday in November, which will be the 2nd, is the breakfast at the Springwater Range Hall. That runs from 7 to 11. One's free, the other is $8, all you can eat. I'll go to one of them.
You go to two, it's only $4 each.
Any other community items? Anybody? No more public comments? Okay, our next meeting will be, November 19th, 2024 at 6 p.m. If nothing else to come up, we'll adjourn the meeting now. Ready for coming?